Mr. Eric White, are you ready for tonight, dude?
Dude, I'm always ready.
I'm telling you, this is going to be a good one tonight. We've got Portia and Ethan from Wild West Dragon Dash. Going to talk to them about all the things that happened on one of the newest Dragon drives in 2025. Um, Man, we have stirred up a hornet's nest on Facebook, dude. We're going to talk about the eighth mile fast car thing. We're going to talk about some other fun stuff that's going on within the community. All the stuff we got going on at PRI, and then you don't even know this yet, but Mike Finnegan texted me yesterday, and we're going to go over that too. So we hit that intro video, and let's do this.
All right, let's go.
All right, dude, let's do this thing. I'm excited. Episode 130 for the Drag Driver Pete Show presented by Summit Racing. Y'all, this is, again, going to be a great night. We've got Wild West Dragon Dash on here. We're going to cover a ton of fun stuff, but my name's Mike Narx. I'm the host of this show and the news. And coming up shortly, I'm going to be kind of leading the Dragon Drive Awards at PRI. Bro, there's not many times of the year I get anxious. That's one time that I do get pretty anxious. So, I'm excited coming up. But Mr. Eric White, my right hand man, what you got going on, dude?
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and the news. I'm the guy that shakes hands and hands trophies at the Dragon Drive Awards.
You're our trophy model, bro.
And when somebody's not there, I do the old Vanna White and hold it up.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But other than that, did just drop the last of the Six Summer Day 1 photos earlier today. So we will be moving on to day 2. So we only got day 2, 3, 4, 5 left, and then I'll be all caught up.
Then you'll be caught up just in time for PRI.
Yeah, if I can get them done before PRI, I'll be ecstatic. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, I'll tell you, it's going to be crazy. Well, listen, here's what we got. Sorry, let me get up to my notes here. I know we typically start the show with our intros, and I just want to say, guys, grab that share button, hit it, kick it, knock it over, whatever you got to do. We want this thing to be great tonight because we want to bring as much attention to the Wild West Dragon Dash as possible. So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you guys, and would love for you to hit that button there for us as well. And then thank you to our sponsors. This list of folks here have made this year possible, man. It's been a crazy year. We've traveled to like 17 or 18 events. I mean, it's been absolutely insane. So if you guys are doing some shopping coming up here on what is soon to be some Black Friday sales, which are kicking off really across a couple different sponsors, try and at least shop there. You don't have to spend your money there. We're not asking you to do that, but just at least get in there and shop. Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, who we're right next to conveniently at PRI, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV for all your watching of Dragon Drive stuff, WAF Racing, who's in our booth with us, Sweet Patina and Racing Junk. Y'all, you can find all kinds of cool stuff over there. See a bunch of folks here. I do want to answer this one right out of the way. I'm going to break Dustin Carlington's heart, but I do not have the standings yet for Southeast Street Meet. We've got to wait for the official stuff to come from Street Meet before I can put those into the awards calculator and all that kind of stuff and do all what I do on the backside of it. And if y'all haven't, if you didn't follow Laura Vanderhoof, she went in for heart surgery the other day. So a lot of stuff going on there. I completely understand. So give me another week or so. Have been talking to Rye Klemp. who's working on getting them on that side as well. So a lot of stuff going on there. We don't want to rush them. What they've got going on is way more important, and we can get them. It just takes a little bit of time. So, anyways, we're going to do that. But if you're shopping, hit those folks up. Summit Racing, dude. Let me read this ad, and then we're going to talk about what they got going on. Yeah, he's sad. So Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. They fuel your passion, save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. You can download the Summit Racing mobile app. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You can listen to them on the On All Cylinders podcast. They're everywhere that you could possibly be because Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. And tell them about the special they got going on this month or this next couple of days, and I'll drop the Drag Drive Repeat affiliate link in the chat there.
Yep. So Summit has a discount code out right now. It is code BUILDIT, all one word, BUILDIT. Different tiers they got: $25 off $250, $50 off of $500, and the dates for that are the Monday, just a couple days ago, November 17th, all the way through Sunday, the 23rd. So you've got a few more days to get in on that. And like Mike said, the affiliate link is dropped in the chat. So if you guys can use that, it's just a pass-through site there, and it gives us a little bit of a kickback on things that are purchased. So we appreciate any of that.
Yeah, big shout out to Rich Van Allen the other day for making sure he did that, and I just want to let him know it did work, sir. We appreciate that, and appreciate the support from there. That's going to help us give Brian, our video editor, another couple hours of footage there. All right, let's talk about Drag Drive Repeat updates because that's why you guys are here, is some Drag Drive Repeat stuff. I know typically we cover everything else, but this is about us. Sponsor packets are going out right now. I've been working diligently through all of that stuff. That's been crazy trying to get. There's so much going on in our life right now that it's very difficult because a lot of the stuff that we used last year didn't carry over. So if you are a sponsor or you are someone watching this and you want to get involved with Drag Drive Repeat, now's the time. I know a lot of folks are putting their 2026 budgets together. We were in this, we talked about some of the crazy stuff we did last year, more than 400 live streams.
Yes.
Insane. 100 live shows like what this is here. It's just crazy. We've got the Circuit 2026 you can be a part of. We've got at least three. I'm saying at least 3 because this thing is becoming an animal here. I think it'll work very well for what we're trying to do, which is bring more people into the Drag and Drive community. We've got 3 of those working within a Cars and Coffee style event. So it's weird not being the main promoter and having to talk to an entire team about stuff. I don't know if y'all know, Eric knows intimately how well that works for me most of the time. So we've got those going on. That's 3 events. And then we're teaming up with Heads Up Hustle, John Paul Franks, for a heads up race alongside Jet Cars, Nostalgia Funny Cars, and the Midwest Drag Racing Series Pro Mods, Top Sportsman and Top Dragster. 15,000 people in the stands, at least for this one on the Saturday event alone. They also have Friday qualifying we're going to be a part of. This is going to be a crazy event. I really feel like is a great step forward for all of the Drag and Drive stuff. So if I say all that, if you want to get involved, that's a great way to do it. Hit us up. You can message us on the page. You can find us. Our names are pretty easy to find. You'll see we look like these guys in our profile pictures. So hit us up. Tell us what you want to do. We have a lot of packages, but we can also shift and move stuff. That's the one thing that's been fun about this, is trying to just think about, man, what would people want to sponsor and what do they want to do? So you know us, we like to feed people. We like people to have a good time, and we like to do some racing and some drag strips. So, and put our cars on the street. So
400 live streams with sponsors, at the bottom of each one. And then the other thing is the photos. I mean, I don't know what we're at for photos for the year. I was going to look that up, but I haven't got to it. By the end of the year, I want to have a final number of what we posted for the year, because it's probably going to be pretty crazy.
I don't 15, 20,000, you think probably?
Yeah, it's got to be somewhere.
God, that's insane, dude. That is so awesome. Not taken, actually posted. And, the way we do it is like you guys can see on the bottom of this one here. I mean, this is what our photos look like. They've got sponsor names and stuff like that all on them. So, anyways, we're committed to folks if they commit to us, and we're excited about 2026. Speaking of 2026, the circuit 2026, 58 days until registration.
That's
58
pretty
days.
soon.
That's pretty soon. So January 16th, we're going to open registration to the Circuit 2026 racers and their co-pilots if their co-pilot wants to race this year. So last year that took up 150 spots. Racers of the short circuit will also be allowed to register on January 16th because if you've raced with us, we want you to race with us again. We're going to separate those because the circuit is special, short circuit is special. So the morning will be for circuit racers and their co-pilots. Short circuit racers will be the afternoon registration. All circuit 25 racers, co-pilots, and short circuit racers will get a discounted rate to enter into the circuit 2026. That right now is going to be discounted at $250. So that's $100 off regular entry. So I'm probably a dumbass for doing that. That's a big swing, but hey, you know how it goes, man. I love racing. I love doing all the stuff that we can get from there. So that's going to be fun. Then, of course, everything from there is going to be open registration on January 17th that morning. We will have a special deal for racers that signed up last year but didn't make it. They'll get a little, like an hour head start, basically, is kind of what I'm doing. But new for this year, the road trippers package is going, we're like, our goal on that's 100 people, right? So if it sells out, or well, not if, when the circuit sells out, jump on the road trip package because the road trip is going to be our wait list. Okay. So, because we want people there. This is Route 66 driving to and from Oklahoma City in 2026. You cannot get a cooler opportunity out there than 2026 on Route 66. So we're going to do that. I would love to have 100 road trippers there on site. That would give us 300 total cars cruising together for a weekend of drag and drive racing. I think it'd be awesome. And then the road trippers, if they want to move up to racers in 2027, they will also have that opportunity with an early and discounted rate. So, just trying to take care of all the folks that we do, because our goal would be to not get to public registration, to be honest with you. I know that's probably mean, but hey, we take care of people that took care of us,
I agree.
Yep. All right, sir. Tell us about some driven racing oil events.
Yes, sir. Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. Driven Racing Oil is built for the demands of drag and drive racing. GP1 delivers consistent protection from the burnout box to the highway miles and in between. From classic hot rods to modern boosted bills, GP1's Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and race-proven additives keep engines alive for the long haul. So you guys know DDR10 is our discount code for anything on drivenracingoil.com website. Gets you 10% off, code DDR10. And follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They have posts for all the events that they're going to be at, and they are at a ton of events. So they are likely to be at an event near you.
Oh, for sure. I didn't put any photos in here, so it's just going to be me and you talking, but Race Week dropped their dates, October 4th through 8th. I love this. We talked about this last time. 66 will end on October 3rd. Race Week starts on October 4th. This could be a 2-week vacation for somebody looking to do something really cool. Tracks, they're going to start at SRCA, which is in Great Bend, Kansas. I love seeing that this track is coming back. This was a staple for Rocky Mountain Race Week for a long time because it fits a real neat route that they have through there. So it's going to be Great Bend, Kansas. It's going to be Thunder Valley Raceway Park, Oklahoma City. It's going to be Tulsa Raceway Park and Mocan, and then back to SRCA. Again, freaking awesome. Drag and drive racers on Route 66 in 2026.
Yes.
It's going to be crazy. Yeah. Bring it on. Bring it on. I can't wait.
And then for PRI, PRI is only in 22 days, by the way. In case you didn't know that. So guests at our booth, we've been talking about and posting these on Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere. But we have Mike Galemi on Thursday at 9:30 a.m. He will be at the booth. we have Drop the Hammer Thursday at 1 p.m. Redwood Rally dropping their dates for this year Thursday at 2 p.m. So lots of stuff going on Thursday. On Friday, we have Brian Wagner of Power Auto Media and Matt Frost of Rocky Mountain Race Week. So Brian at 1 p.m., Matt at 2 p.m., and then Brian and Jess Havlick at 3 p.m. on Friday. So we've got a lot of guests coming by the booth. We'll be doing live streams. You guys will be able to catch all that wherever you're watching this at right now.
Yeah, bring it on. All of those are on Facebook in the events segment as well on the Drag Drive Repeat page. So jump over there, select that you're going or at least interested in those, so it will populate it out there a little bit more. I'm kind of pumped about PRI simply because it's 3 weeks away. I didn't go on much of a trip in November, so it's been kind of crazy. I've been getting a little like I'm a nomad, I think now, and I got to get out and run around, but did get a super cool text yesterday. I kind of hinted at this earlier and didn't even send it to you, and I feel like a jerk now. But Mr. Mike Finnegan, we talked about him a couple episodes ago, I think on 129 actually last week, that him and Freiberger are rewiring the Rotson while they're there. He texts me and goes, "Hey, would you guys want to come over and do a little bit of recording throughout the weekend with me and the Rotson and stuff?" And I was like, "Yes, please. I'm ready. Let's go." And then after I said yes, please, whatever you tell me the time, because I think a daily update would be kind of cool. I know they'll be doing that on their own page, but I think from our perspective too, it'd be kind of cool because that car is definitely not going away anytime soon, and so definitely going to need to be updated on that. And then he said, "Hey, I heard I may be doing pretty well in the Drag and Drive Champion Point Series. Do you have an update on that yet?" I was like, man, at that point, we're still waiting on the stuff from Street and Eat. So I was like, I got to get that before I can tell you where your standings were. But I'll tell you, you were in like 4th or 5th place coming into Street and Eat. So who knows? I mean, Street and Eat really shook up a bunch of stuff. There were a lot of new racers, but there were a lot of returning racers too. So I'm kind of interested to see who all's going to be where. And as soon as we have that, I'm ready. I'm going to spend a full day messing with all of that. Looks like we got some comments there. What was one of the ones you had starred a minute ago?
Andy here asking if we have a calendar available. We've got our calendar on our website, but then he has said an actual wall calendar with some of my awesome photos. This is something that we've been tossing around the idea for, a couple years, trying to figure out how to make that happen. What would be really cool is to get as many dates as we could for the following year's events and actually be able to put them on a calendar with some of the previous year photos. So we don't have anything today. It's something we've been talking about and trying to figure out, logistically, how do we do that? Because obviously all the dates aren't out at the beginning of the calendar year, but I don't know. I still think it's something that we are going to continue to try to get out one of these years.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I would love to be able to drop that. The struggle is you really kind of need to drop that at PRI. And to do that, people don't have their dates out by PRI typically. Right. So yeah, pretty tough. Anyways, but hey, there's 27 events on the schedule right now. That would be at least a swing. And we could probably get some people to give us some extra dates. There's some, obviously, Drop the Hammer is dropping multiple event dates next year, and then Redwood Rally obviously dropping their dates and tracks and stuff like that. So it'd be really cool to really dig deep into that calendar, and you could even put where they're going to be each day and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm interested in that.
It would be cool, but yeah, the logistics. Maybe it's something we try to reach out and we get dates ahead of time, but the calendar doesn't release until beginning of 2026. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
PRI. Yeah, PRI would probably get us close there. Hey, Rick Dodge in here making comments, dude. What is up? Sorry, I'll let you drive there. Yeah. Wait, hey man, great to see you. Hope to see you at PRI. I'm sure he'll probably be over there somewhere in the NHRA booth. or where whatever they do. I'm sure NHRA runs around and talks to everybody from there. Well, let's talk about some J-Wire Solutions, your expert car and marine wiring solutions. J-Wire can wire or plumb your hot rod, your race car, your drag and drive car. Plus, they offer products to make your driving experience better, like the blinker module. That we've talked about 100 times now. I love it. It's freaking awesome. This is actually a relay board that they have here. I thought I had the blinker module in here, but listen, your daily driver, it blink the light blinks even with your brake lights on, but your hot rod doesn't. J-Wire can make that happen. So hit him up, jwiresolutions.com, all your fun stuff over there. Dude, let's talk about craziness. You ready for this? Like the internet has been a buzz, to
Yes,
say
it
the least.
has.
We've when we had Devin Vanderhoof on, I mean, well, anyways, we asked him what he thought. Like, should really fast cars go to eighth mile? And he, of course, said yes because he's an eighth mile racer at heart.
Hmm.
Doesn't like grudge and stuff like that. And he's like, there's just a lot of bad things that happen after the eighth mile to cars that are going very fast. Well, it has popped off. 200,000 views on the reel on the left, 45,000 views on the reel on the right, talking about 850 racers and how great they are. I mean, like if Devin Vanderhoof says you're great, you're great. But what we're talking about tonight is comments within the should fast cars go to eighth mile, bro. It is a great read. So listen, just go over to Drag Drive Repeat, just find the reels and type it in. Oh my gosh. Brian Goldstone put in just one word, no. And there were like 10 comments underneath his, the king has spoken, the man is, listen to the man, whatever. And I get like, it's really just a question of like very, very fast stuff, right? Oh, I just realized I caught Randy Seward in both of the reels there. Didn't mean to do that. What's Carl saying? Yeah, what really surprised me about that eighth mile reel is how many people want a flying mile event for drag and drive cars, dude. So many people were like, "Wow, let's go to the mile. Let's go
Yeah.
back to the mile. Let's go to half mile." People calling us idiots. People saying that we don't know what we're talking about. One guy was like, "Who's that guy on the screen? He doesn't know what he's talking about." Should we say names? I don't know if we should even say names on this. I feel bad, but Mike Jacoby said, "I love checking out the Facebook profiles of all the guys saying that eighth mile is lame. Run it out the back like a real man. Most of the time, they're bracket racers that couldn't run a 750 in the eighth, much less the quarter, or they don't have a car at all. And good golly, you'd have thought he killed someone's cat."
Yeah, which is funny because Mike is a local guy to me here.
Oh,
So I've
man.
actually, yeah, we've hung out a few times. He's got a nice S10 truck that he has, and he's talked to me. He's mostly a no prep racer, but has talked to me a lot about getting into drag and drive. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, this one dude was like, he said basically, or they have balls. I'm just saying. And then it was like 28 comments of this guy arguing with people back and forth. And then at the end, because everybody was like especially Mike was like, "Well, what do you run then? What do you run?" And the guy finally just said, "Oh, I don't give out my times. I'm a no prep racer." And he was like, "Get out of here." It was pretty hilarious, dude. Oh, yeah. Nick Deal, this is going to stir it up a little bit. He said only guys with slow, short times want to go quarter. And listen, we want everybody to go to race whatever they want, but dude, at some point, like 270 miles an hour in a street car is fast.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, and so this is a good one. It says there are a lot of us who do not go 750 in the quarter that want the quarter. Yeah, 100%. We were talking about fast cars only going eighth mile, like 750 or quicker going eighth mile. And like everybody's acting like we're taking the quarter mile away.
yeah,
Like, no, oh my gosh. Yeah,
yeah. So
go ahead.
Mike Parker said 330 is probably safer. All the action is over by then, anyways. And then Mike also said, or better yet, just race to the 60 foot, saves on fuel too.
So it was stuff like that through this whole thing. Terry Miller said, I've only been 764 at 182 in the quarter in a true factory body car with minimal cage. Like mine, I agree. It was crazy at that speed. He said, but a purpose built race car, not so bad, he would imagine. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Cars are built to go that fast, but man, dad, like you can tear some shit up quick. James Vinonia. I don't know. He said, so sick and tired of the bleeding heart, no sack people telling everyone what is good for them in drag racing. He said, if he has no balls, then stay out of a quick and fast car. Let the confident people drive them. I'm comfortable driving cars from high sevens to low 11s. And that's where I'll stay. When I think 790 at 170 is too fast, I'll drive something slower. Yeah, cool, man. We're not even talking about you.
Brian Robbins, go big or stay home.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick Deal 200 in the eighth is fast. Yeah, dude, that's real fast. That's real fast.
Yeah.
Scott Thompson, he said, yeah, Devin's right. If you aren't fast up front, you aren't fast out back. There's nothing good that happens in the second half, which Matt Blasco replied to, said, it shows who can make a car live for only going an eighth mile before the piston turns to liquid.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I thought it's a great read. There's like 200 plus comments on that post. We weren't really doing it to stir the pot. It was really like I think it's a valid question. Like at some point, cars are very, very fast, and so of course everybody's talking about NHRA going to 1,000 foot, and then of course that led into. I think our timing just happened to be right. We didn't mean to do this, obviously, but IHRA posted they were going eighth mile exclusive in 2026, and so I think everybody was looking for a reason to fight about eighth mile, and they just happened to do it on our reel, which we appreciate because 200,000 views, that's pretty awesome.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and we'll take whatever we can get.
Or it means we're on the right conversation, you know. So big shout out to Brian, our video editor guy, for putting those together. It's been crazy. I think we've picked up like 8,700 or 8,300 followers in the last like 3 months because of the reels and stuff he's been putting together. So big shout out to him. Man, I've got something in my eye. Sorry. Big shout out to Brian for all that he's done for all of us out there and bringing more people into the drag and drive community. And I just wanted to invite you guys to subscribe to JWire Solutions YouTube because I hope a spike in subscribers will make him put videos back out.
Yes.
That's what I would love. The videos he has on there are great, but 8 isn't enough. And we would definitely love to see more subscribers and videos come out over there.
Absolutely. He does some cool stuff with the cars that he wires. It'd be cool to see kind of updates on those products he releases, how they work, stuff like that would be awesome.
Yep. I'm going to dig in my eye real quick. You do this Molly ad read.
Hey, I understand like that we got a lot of new subscribers and followers, but you don't got to get all teary-eyed about it, all right? I can see him backstage laughing. All right, Molly Motorsports. Attention racers and high-performance enthusiasts. Are you ready to start your next engine build? If so, there's no better time than right now to go check out Molly Motorsports all-in-one Power Pack piston kits. With over 1,200 applications, these kits come complete with pistons, rings, wrist pins, and clips, all designed to work together. Visit mollymotorsports.com for more details. And for our podcast listeners, Molly is spelled M-A-H-L-E.
All right, I'm back. Sorry if it's all shot in red. I think I went knuckle deep in that thing.
Well, listen, this next sentence that you have here on the note is we've been trying this for a long time.
Bro, but we've been nice about it so far. I don't want to be nice anymore. I want to overwhelm them. I want to overwhelm them. So tell them what we got going on here.
So you guys know we love Waffle House. We go to Waffle House every time we're traveling, and gosh dang it, we need a Waffle House sponsor, all right?
Like, come on, man.
There are 2,038 stores nationwide as of August of 2025. I don't know how many we visited, but we've been to quite a few, even on drag and drives. And if I'm out traveling with the family, when we're in Florida, we stopped in one. Like, we go there all the time, whether we're with our race car friends or with our family or whoever. Like, come on, Waffle House.
Yeah, we need you, bud. We want to feed drag and drive racers, and it's not like I would take a Waffle House gift card, and for anybody that's new to Waffle House, I would buy them dinner if they're on a drag and drive. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's stuff like that. This is crazy. So I want them bad. I'm going to start hitting them back up again. In 2024, I hit 25 different Waffle Houses, unique Waffle Houses. I visited more, but 25 unique ones. I didn't really keep count last year, but I think it was somewhere in the mid-teens as far as unique Waffle Houses and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, hey, with help from us, they could have more. They could have some out that way
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Why
we
not?
would bring so much more money to them. So I
I
just wanted to,
agree.
yeah, I wanted to run through some photos. This thought really kicked off again with Mike Corsilli. I mean, I get tagged in. We get sent pictures all the time of people eating at Waffle House, and when they do, they think of us. Like that
Yeah.
should tell Waffle House, hey, we need to help these dudes feed these folks.
Yeah.
Um,
Like this right here.
yeah, right. Well,
Inspiration.
I don't know if we needed them to see that, but that's our favorite restaurant shirt there that you're talking about. Just coincidentally happens to have a iconic building on the back,
Yeah.
cool cars out front. So Mike Corsilli sent me this. I thought, you know what? We're going to hit the campaign again. So you're probably going to see daily stuff about Waffle House from us. We try and hit one. We hit one on the circuit. We hit one on the short circuit as like official route stops and stuff like that. I mean, dude, we took like 17 people that one night. We took over Waffle House at midnight on the
Yeah.
circuit.
That was a fun night.
It was pretty fun. So I want to give a shout out to Billy Nobles, who is our contact at Springfield, Missouri. He's really what kicked off a lot of our contacts within the Waffle House community. So whenever we're going to a new area, I message him, hey, do you know anybody over here? He took this up with folks in Tulsa, the folks in Joplin. So big shout out to Billy, and then big shout out to Richard, who set up this. This is at the Waffle House on Short Circuit. To take care of us. They had more waiters, they had more cooks, they had all that kind of stuff. And that you can't do that kind of stuff without good partners. And I appreciate Billy helping us take care of all that. There's my mom and her husband, and then my niece over there. They had Waffle House that morning. So again, 2,000 plus stores, and they're opening new ones all the time. This new footprint, I think, is one that lets them build pretty easily. And you guys can see that right there. I mean, this is how many locations. So if you're in that area, man, hit them up, get a selfie, get a picture of the car out front, send it over to us. We're going to be using that as propaganda as we move into trying to get Waffle House as a sponsor here at Drag Drive Repeat.
Well, how about this? How about we put together a Waffle House photo album on Drag Drive Repeat, and let's get everybody that sends or tags us photos. Let's include those in that album as well. Not only our photos, but
Done.
everybody's, like a community album right there.
Yeah, done. I'm making that note right now on our stuff here.
Beautiful. Maybe we need a Waffle House calendar. Maybe that's what we need.
Boy, don't you tempt me with one. That would suck to have. That would be the first album we come out with is a Waffle House album, not even our Drag Drive Repeat stuff.
Yeah.
So anyways,
We
pretty
got
fun.
some cool pictures of Stanley, your old truck, there too when we were
Yep.
there. So
Yeah, I think we definitely. I should have grabbed one of those. Yeah. So if you have a Waffle House photo, like any of these that are being shown here, send them over to us. I'm gonna start an album tonight with all the Waffle House photos I have in my phone and all the fun stuff we took at the circuit and the short circuit. The short circuit, I know Melissa Morrow took a bunch. We'll drop a bunch of those in there because it's just a really cool backdrop with all the cool cars out front. So
yeah, and we got a bunch from Circuit 2024 as well.
yep.
So
The one thing, and the reason I like Waffle House for Drag and Drive, just to clear this all up, is you're going to get typically the same meal, like food quality, service, all that kind of stuff at 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. If you're in Florida, if you're in Georgia, if you're in Arkansas, if you're in the southern part of Michigan, because they don't really go into Michigan, um, Iowa, all that kind of stuff. So if you're in those areas, you're going to it's a you can be driving along, they're open 24/7, that it's going to have hot coffee if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're like Jeff Kerchick here, who was dragging your trailer to or from an event. I can't remember what he said in his comment, but like it works well because it's such a good place to eat. So anyways, I feel like you're going to get a good solid meal there, and then you get back on the road and keep rolling, or
hey,
go to a
listen,
hotel and go to sleep.
there's Waffle Houses in Indianapolis that we probably need to hit while we're there.
Yeah, we typically do that when we get to town at 4 a.m. We'll hit a Waffle House on our way there and then go sleep in the car and then go into PRI. So,
I
yeah,
like
there
it.
you
I
go.
like Andy's idea here. How about we have Waffle House sponsor our wall calendar?
I'm in. I think that'd be awesome. Get some coupons, put them down on the bottom of each month. People rip them off and go eat
Mm,
there. So, big shout out to Waffle House. Big shout out to Molly Motorsports for being part of our program here. Love those guys over there. You can see George Wright and Eric Grillo featured here on the photo. These are not just, I mean, they're not just dudes that are cool that sponsor the brand. They're also drag and drive racers, and that's gotta love a stick shift 10-second car. So
we got an update here
mm,
from Laura. Surgery hasn't happened yet. Just the consult with the surgeon and the pre-op. Surgery happening very soon. Now that we're back and settled, I'll have those results to
mm.
you probably tomorrow.
You're the best, lady. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hate that you're going through all that stuff. I don't know how to do touchy feely stuff, but big hugs over there to you. We're rooting for you, I promise.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's thank some race car friends, and then we'll bring in the Wild West Dragon Dash folks here after that.
All right. Well, appreciate all of our race car friends tuning in. We've had tons of comments tonight, tons of views. So appreciate everybody. Again, before we get into this next segment, if you haven't, please share out the live stream so we can get more of our race car friends in here as we get into the Wild West Dragon Dash folks here. So again, thank you to all of our race car friends. We just showed a bunch of you guys at Waffle Houses as well. And of course, our sponsors. It's coming up to the holiday season. If you guys are looking for gifts for your car guy or car girl, these are our sponsors. We would love for you to at least check them out. We've got discount codes, we've got affiliate links. If you need a contact person at any one of these, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to get you into contact with them. And a number of these are going to be at PRI. So if you are at PRI, we can definitely introduce you to them as well. So thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, Avco Racing Products, Perform-Built Transmission, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk.
And then yesterday I made a post about the with a list of booth numbers across the whole thing. So for folks that want to see it, jump on the Drag Drive Repeat Facebook page or Instagram, and you can find a list with booth numbers there. I also highly recommend you download the Show Planner app and just start checking off booths you want to check on, you want to talk to, you want to see cool parts from, especially booth 4611, which is our booth there in the yellow hallway. So.
Absolutely. Let's fill up that booth and the hallway again.
Oh, dude, bring it on. I can't wait. Well, y'all hit the share button as we move into this segment here. I'll read the Deechworks ad, and then we're going to bring in the team from Wild West Dragon Dash. So Deechworks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, rails, regulators, filters, lines and fittings, plus pump modules and surge tanks, all engineered to support power levels from 400 to 3,000 horsepower. They got a new triple 810 pump out there with a focus on engineering excellence and industry leading customer support. Deechworks continues to drive the future of high performance fueling. And right now they've got a Black Friday sale that's starting. I don't know when it ends. I didn't look at that because I was like, man, 20% off, bro. I may have to look at some parts over there for sure. And then, of course, DDR10 is our 10% discount code part. So you may drop that in there as well, just to see. I don't know if it will save you any money. It's definitely not going to save you off of the 20% already. That's for sure. So 20% off is a bunch when it comes to parts manufacturers these days. So take advantage of this, deechworks.com. Find all your cool stuff over there. And, just hit him up. Mark Campbell is an awesome dude and is super, super smart. So, well, obviously, Wild West Dragon Dash just happened a couple weeks ago. Super excited about this event. If you guys haven't seen it yet, they were on with Adam Dory on the That's Cool Drink podcast. So we're going to kind of reference some of the stuff that they talked about in that. We're going to talk about some of the event stuff that went on during the event. We're going to go over the class winners and some stories from there. So let's introduce these folks. Let's bring them onto the the show with us here. Where's our big screen part there? Here we go. Hang on, guys. We got to move you over and make you guys big. So do us a favor, introduce yourselves. Let's know who we're talking to, and then we want to know how this all came about.
Okay, I'm Portia Dinsman.
And I'm Ethan.
This is my husband, Ethan. So
awesome.
Yep.
Yes. So we started the Wild West Dragon Dash. We made it official. It was last year. It was actually, I got the 1 year anniversary today from Facebook. So that was kind of cool. So it's been exactly 1 year since we decided that we're going to be crazy and enter this drag and drive world. So
right, this whole crazy promoter, like when we think about there's 4,000 plus drag and drive racers this year, but y'all, there's like 40 promoters. So when you start thinking about, like, you're in a very small group of people, so it's pretty awesome to have you here. Have you guys hosted an event before?
No.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, well, Portia did like PTO, so that is what it is.
I've done fundraising events and things like that. So
you've wrangled cats.
Yeah, but it's obviously the drag racing part is way different. But no, we've never put on a drag race. So
ever.
That's awesome. And then you step into not only one of the hardest things with drag and drive, because you're driving around now, you're trying to figure out routes and stuff, but then you step into a multi-day, several track deal. Like, man, yeah, I can't imagine I know the struggles of putting one of these on, and Eric knows the struggles that goes into all this. So big shout out to you guys for doing that. That's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you.
Sure. Luckily, Portia's really, really organized, so it just kind of went smooth. It was all right.
That's awesome. Well, Andy made me think of something. Guys, hit the share button as we move in here. Let's get these folks, as many people as we can, moving forward, because we know there is a 2026 event, so that's going to help. So you guys went into some pretty good detail on the Adam Dory podcast, but give us just a quick recap, kind of why you created this, how this all came about.
So we saw a potential early on. Ethan had done Rocky Mountain Race Week starting in 2020 with my dad. And then in 2023, I joined in, and I had noticed as we started going to more and more drag races in our area, people would stop us and be like, hey, y'all are the people that do drag and drives. And they would ask questions, and a lot of people started coming to us and being like, we really would like to do that, but we just don't know exactly, like, we don't know how, we're scared to take time off. We're scared we're going to break. Just the ins and outs. I think it's really scary for outsiders who've never done one before, or don't have somebody to kind of guide them or to help them along. And so I was at a race one time, and it was some friends that were throwing an event, and I sat there and I watched them, and I just kind of I was like, man, if they can do it, I can do it too. Like, obviously it was just a 1 day event that they were doing. But I was like, I would really love to see us do a drag and drive in our area, and not anything super big. But I was like, I just want to get people's feet wet and see, and then it was about a year and a half ago, our local track, they announced that we were going to get a local track in our area. And so that kind of, I don't know. I just saw it.
We have to be pretty good friends with them, and we started helping out on track, and we're like, hey, you know what, this track life, I mean, there's a lot to it, but from our angle, right, if you own a track, there's a whole lot to it, but from our angle, like, we're like, I think we can still do. Me and Portia were sitting there thinking, like, we can still do this. Like, we got this.
And we could see that, like, there's so many miles to the next track, and it's so many miles to the next track, and it was like, oh, wait, hold on. We really can do this now. I mean, we live out in the middle of nowhere, West Texas area. And that track kind of made it Concho Valley. It's Concho Valley Dragway. They just made it possible. For us to even think of
a small event
doing something
that's
like
not,
this.
1,300 miles that you drive in, that, a lot of these people in our area, they're just heads up people, like they're not wanting to go hit the road and drive 1,300 miles, but we're close and do it.
look, we say it all the time. The weekend events are the gateway drug into big
exactly
100%. And
Yep.
we're lucky enough that Matt is such a great promoter and helper of all of us smaller events,
Mhm.
So the struggle that we have seen come when there were just big events was like you would have it's 9 days off. So folks like that live in Texas, it's a full day to travel to Rocky Mountain, if they were starting at Vandermeer or whatever, or in Kansas or Kearney, it's a full day minimum to drive up there. And then you're on the road 7, and then you're back a full day 9. So you're and you're wiped out. So it's another 2 days to get used to stuff. But one like this, folks can kind of come in, they can sneak in, they can do this, and they don't have to take a ton of time off, which is awesome.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. And that's and we had a lot of people from this area. I mean, a lot of people. One thing that was really cool about it is about 75 to 80% of our racers had never done a drag and drive before.
That's awesome.
I mean,
it was crazy.
So we got to introduce so many people.
Right before we did the drivers meeting, Adam was like, all right, I just got to ask, how many people have and have not? How many people have? And there was like a handful of people. And then how many people have not? And like the whole drivers and co-pilots and all them just raised their hand. And we're like, it just sunk in like, all right, well, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like we just ruined y'all's life.
Yeah, 100%. And so I grabbed a shot. Jesse Fox did an amazing job the photos and videos and stuff from the event. I had serious FOMO watching the house here. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, you look out and 80% of the racers are new. That tells you something. 100% should tell you, hey, this is a need here. And like now, it's funny. It would be funny to see how many of those racers end up doing like Rocky Mountain or one of the week-long events, in the next year or two, because I'm sure they're coming back to you guys. But how many are going to step up and go to a longer event?
Oh, I think there's going to be a bunch of them just from talking to everybody as, just in passing and all that. Like, they're like, okay, well, I think we're ready. I'm like, well, I hope you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was one thing
it's coming.
About. Yeah, we talked about that during the award ceremony. We said, hey, don't stop at just us. Like, there is so many amazing events out there. Go sign up. Don't just stick with us and that's it. Like, go have fun. Yep. This is what it's for, is to get your feet wet and go run out. So
that's awesome.
We're excited. We're excited to, contribute to the community a little bit.
Well, and 2020, it was like a turning year. I mean, obviously Race Week was the first event I had done, and that was in 2020. And then from then it was over for my life. I was like, I mean, I'm fully committed to this, what we call lifestyle, this insanity that is from, I don't know. It's crazy. It's awesome. And we're glad that you guys are here. You're part of the biggest year in history. What's crazy is we're going to say that again in 26. We're going to say that again in 27. I don't think this thing has any breaks at all for the next few years. And the cool thing is, you guys can see from the comments over here on the side, like, I mean, everybody had a great time. They did awesome, smooth. It was awesome. Shout out to the wingers here. Yes. The right-hand drive Saki bomb will return. There's just a ton of really cool comments. I was there and they did an awesome job, very well organized. And that takes skill to be set up right at an event like this, because it's not just a drag race where people are going heads up. So that's one of the hardest parts, is like you're collecting time slips from guys that aren't used to turning their time slips into anybody or putting it out or doing anything with it. And so now you're trying to train all these folks to come in and do all this stuff. So congratulations.
That's so
cool.
true.
100%. So like on the whole shout out on the wingers, like they are just big, no prep, heads up racing, like just fast people, right?
They own the track.
Yeah, and they're the ones that own the track here in San Angelo. And the son of Mark Winger, he's like, man, I'm stuck. Like, I'm doing it. I'd rather do this than go heads up any day. Like he drove to North Carolina and picked up a car just to do this. Yeah. So, and he's like, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but we're going to try it out. And now he's like stuck into it. And he's like, look, where they at? Let's go to a bigger one. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We have a new word that I'll be using from now on. Rodney Harder. In Drag and Drive, you have to embrace the punishment.
Is that true?
There's no better word than that, I think.
That's 100%.
I think that's
what we do here.
Yeah. Well, you guys kind of talked about it earlier about the gateway drug for the Texas racers. You guys had an interview with Adam Dorey where you mentioned that. And now that it's in the books, how many first timers did you have? And how did those newbies handle the week?
Oh, man.
I think we had 75 to 80% of the 78 cars that showed up to the Drag and Drive for the Wild West. Probably 75 to 80% of them were all newbies, have never done anything in the Drag and Drive world. It was kind of just like a new, vocabulary to them. So, and I didn't hear one person say that they weren't coming back.
Wow.
That's awesome.
We're going bigger and better, and I want to be faster, and I want this, I want that, and I want to be the baddest dude out here, or baddest girl out here.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like they handled it so well. I mean, honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better first group of racers. And I guess I could call them like our OGs now because, I mean, they're going to be their originals. And I could not have asked for a better group. They troopers all the way through. They grasp the concept of, hey, it's not just about you, it's about your fellow racers. Like, make friends, enjoy, talk to people.
Parking lot parties.
Yeah, we had
the whole round.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I'm very thankful, and hopefully going forward we don't have any issues. But I mean, we hardly got any complaints during it. Like, nothing. And it was just such a good atmosphere. I felt like, I mean, we all everybody had smiles on their faces, and just, it was cool.
It's like a for car guys, but it's hard. Like, it's the punishment, man. Wow, that's gonna be.
I think we had 8 people break.
Yeah.
Wow. And 2 of the 8 have done a drag and drive, and the rest of them have never done it in their life.
Yeah.
And every one of them were still thrashing, trying to figure it out, trying to make it work. And hey, I got to finish this thing. Like, that says something. It just does.
Yeah. They're motivated for sure. So.
That's
awesome.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, you also told the racers to give you guys some grace. It was your first year, and said that there would definitely be hiccups. What were the biggest surprises or issues you had during the event, and how do the racers respond to those kind of growing pains?
Well, I will say that even though, you plan, obviously things happen. We had a torrential rain pour. It rained and rained on the first drive day. And they got to the first track. They couldn't even enter the track if they were a lower vehicle because there was a massive river running in front of this track. And it was like, it was almost up to my knee. The water was. And so the lower vehicles couldn't.
We had a 2,500 truck drive through, and it was up to the running boards of the truck. We were like, y'all just park out here. And then it got to the point where the track called us and said, hey, y'all are right on the curb. We're in oil field country. You cannot park there. So we're like, hey, guys, what do y'all want to do? Like, maybe go to the hotel and check in, like, or let's keep it moving because we're backed up all the way around the curve.
And massive 18-wheelers just flying by, and so I was getting nervous. And so, I mean, everybody just handled it so well. And then finally, once the racers got in, and there was about 3 inches of water on the track, and everybody's like looking at us like, there is no way they're fixing to get this cleaned up. Well, let me tell you something. Pinwell Knox Raceway, they did it. They killed it. I don't know how. 3 inches. I mean, like, literally, there was massive pond of water.
It was quite funny because Gary got on his tractor with the brushes on it, right? And he just started going down, and he had a huge rooster tail just shooting off of the brushes, going down the track, just trying to get all the water off of it. It was hilarious.
And
that dude is soaked.
Yes. And we had talked to him before, and he was like, "Hey, if it quits raining, we're doing this." And everybody's kind of just looking at us like, "Y'all guys are crazy right now. You can't even walk through this." And
they're like, "Are y'all going to call it?"
it.
We were like, "No, we're gonna see how this goes."
Hey, if we have to do practice tree races, we're racing today.
We're
doing something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they rocked though. That was cool. It was really neat. So that was definitely something like that. You gotta go
with the flow.
Yeah, you kind of have to go a little bit with the flow because crap happens.
Yep.
And then
another thing is the classes.
We learned a lot about classes. That it's hard to
say,
make happy.
Don't get too deep in that because we're going to talk about that in a minute. Because
for sure.
Got some good stuff. Yeah.
Well, you guys had 3 days of racing and 3 tracks, so that was kind of your format. How did that work out?
Oh, it was.
It went off without a hitch for sure. It went good.
Great.
I will say the last day wasn't as good as we wanted it to be. We learned a lot of things off of that. We'll get into that because I think we're going to talk about it here in a little bit. But we learned some stuff off the last day of when we should plan, what days we should do what we're going to do.
Yes, definitely. When it came down to like the award ceremony or like having everybody drive in award ceremony, and then we did a bracket race after, I think I would change some things.
Yeah.
And so I think we definitely will moving forward. So
awesome.
Lessons you learn.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what you realize is like a 3-day event, there's really not much time. You have like all this time, and then where did it go?
Exactly.
Really, what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah, don't blink. Yeah.
So did you guys have the racers park at the first track, and then it was like park, tech, and drive? Is that how that worked?
Right.
That's exactly.
Yep.
So
I like that. And that's a great way to get 3 different tracks, which really, as a racer, that would make it even harder because you have, so like for us, we do Tulsa somewhere in Tulsa. And so, when they come back to Tulsa, they have all of that data from the previous time. If it was close, like, I like the 3 days, 3 different track deal. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was.
Which is kind of funny too, because I think a lot of them thought, hey, I'm so close to home, and they might be 300, 400 miles away from home, but they're still close if you really think about it, being in Texas, right? Yep. And so they were still just throwing all the sauce to it, and it didn't matter. We're going to do it because I'm right here. And then if they did break, it's like, oh, wow, I'm way away from my vehicle right now.
Your drive today may have only been 120, 130 miles, but you're a long way from home.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
How cool. How cool. Well, let's get into some of these winners. Let's talk about, we're going to kind of run down through. I want to start with Run What You Brung, because I feel like that class is probably like unlimited. It just lets somebody run whatever they want to. So we have the winners here, but I want to hear stories from the class too. So winner of that class was Casey Hewitt, 687 average across the 3 days. Didn't look like he had a ton of competition in that class, which really surprises me because some of your other classes had big numbers. I figured some folks would try and sneak in over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We felt the same way.
Yeah, I think that class scared a lot of people just being from Texas because there's so much, in just the realm of the area, there's a bunch of fast cars, right? And so they didn't know who was coming up, who was going to show up. And I think it just scared some people, and they just didn't want to hit into it. They'd rather drop down or, play with it on the big end or whatever they need to do to make it work.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
any fun stories from that one?
Well, we don't have any fun ones, but sadly, a friend of the family and a friend of a lot of people around here that came in second, he passed away the first day of the race and in the hotel. And, we really, really hate that for the Walls family. And
keep them in your prayers.
So that one was a rough one. We knew it was coming, but not the passing away, but the talking of it. And, it just, I will say they came out first drag and drive to ever do. And he got to make the ultimate pass, the last pass he made. And then they hauled butt to the hotel.
After thrashing
all night. And he passed away doing what he loved.
Yeah.
And he had his whole family.
Yep.
He had his son, he had his grandkids and everybody, and they all were there that day. Yep. And I remember watching them and they were on the fence line watching the races,
giggling, laughing,
and just having a good time. And I just remember watching this family, and I was like, this is why I do what we're doing here, is because it's about a family. We have little kids ourselves, and so it's one of those situations where I think the family finds a lot of comfort that they were all together doing something they really loved. So
that's
not
tough.
to bring a sad subject into it, but we want to call out the lost family and just tell them
the reality of
and we're here for them.
So
wow. Well, when that time comes for me, I hope I'm doing something that's
exactly
awesome as well.
Totally agree. So so the next class that we had that was super that we had the fastest was our limited 5.5 class. Yeah, that one.
So the 5.5 class, looks like there was 5 cars in that one, and first place was Ryan Minyard with a 5.5966, and second place there was Tommy Snook with a 5.87.
So first, second, and third and fourth have all done drag and drive. So that was kind of cool, because all of them have done Rocky Mountain, and that's the races that we do, so we we knew them. We got to cater to them and play with them and make fun of them and all that good stuff.
So Ryan Minyard, the 5.5 was the fastest average of the whole weekend, and so he won a belt buckle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Sorry, I'm making that note there. So you took kind of a big jump here, and I think this is probably one of the conversations you were going to talk about. But from 550, you go to 7.0. This class had a ton of folks, 15 people in this class. Top 3, I'll run through them real quick. So it's a 7.0 index. Kel Parsons, 7.039. Second place, Wade Graham at 7.053. And then Jonathan Reddy Cop, 7.062 after that one. But the top 6 cars in this had a 7.0 average. That's pretty freaking awesome, man.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And Kel had, what was it, the first drive day? Going in.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Never mind. She told me to be quiet.
That's a story. We're going to save that story for a good story here. So,
awesome.
Yeah, because he was one that they got a story to tell, so it was fun. Yeah.
Nice. So
those guys really went at it. Kel Parsons and that Jonathan Redicott and John Smith. I know when it came down to Hobbs, they were just almost hot lapping because they were just trying as hard as they could just to get in there. So it was kind of fun to watch that class. The competition was definitely there. It was hot. So
yeah. The top 6 to have a 7.0 average, that's pretty salty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. So.
All right, then we go into the 8.0, which had 20 cars in this one. Again, 8.0 index. First place, Sarah Thorpe with an 8.025. Second place, Jeremy Walmsley with an 8.029. So obviously pretty close there. And even third place, Tyler Bradley, 8.034. So really tight racing there. Again, top 8 here had an 8.0 average. This is pretty awesome.
Yes. So Sarah Thorpe came from Colorado, and her car actually broke before in test and tune. So she broke, and so she wasn't able. So she drove her husband's car.
Oh, fun. Yeah. Hey, the Thorpes don't jack around, man. They'll race. They're not scared of that at all. Oh, they froze up.
Sorry.
Oh, we're here.
There we go. We're back. That's the way it goes. Welcome to live streaming. So Sarah Thorpe drove her husband's car. Rich Thorpe, who placed on the podium later, they're drag and drive royalty. I think they've
100%
raced as a family everywhere across the country. Pretty cool for them to make that trip down to you guys. That's awesome.
Yes, it
was. We were excited to have them. And
when we saw them come across there in the sign-ups, we were like, oh,
that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. And it was just great talking to them. They had a hard week. And so they did.
But you never saw them without a smile.
That's right. And that's a big deal. So.
Oh yeah, and to beat on one car twice, and then let's see what we're in 8.0 index there. Yeah,
Yes.
so 8.0 index, and then also in a small block. So, yeah, we'll talk about in a small block in a minute. But like that car was fast, so like you have to have a driver like Sarah to be able to slow that car down.
Exactly.
And know what you're doing. And man, to win 8.025 to an 8.029,
yes,
she's a beast.
Yeah, she's good. She's real good.
Yeah, that was a thrill for sure.
Yeah, that was for sure.
So. And to have nearly again almost half the cars in that class, with an O number is pretty freaking cool. 9.0 index up next. This class really surprised me because when you start thinking about 9.0 eighth mile, you're like, man, that's kind of a slow class. But it's really not. So the jump between 8.0 and 9.0 is pretty big there. But you start thinking about like those guys in a late 8-second car just slow it down, right? So 9.0 had 18 cars in it. I think it probably ended up kind of like most. It's just kind of a catch-all. Anything that's slower than 9.0 is going to end up in there. Leslie Varner won that class 9.047, and then Marco Lamaglia. 9.056 for that average there. So pretty awesome. Two fast cars.
Yes, and it was really fun. Marco got second, and then Carlos, his brother, got third.
Yep.
And then they had another brother that was in another class. I don't maybe this 8.0 class. And so them three just continuously kind of battled it out a little bit. And it was fun. They would always turn in time slips. They'd come.
They'd come running up to us. What about this? What about that? How's this work? How's that work? Like, what do I need to do? Hey, you better go out there and hit a better number. That's all I got to say.
Well, and so Eric and I had went down the rabbit hole of do we build an app that would take everybody's time slip and just automatically turn in their best time for that, right? That's not the way to do it for drag and drive.
I know.
You have to, like, people need to come to the table. They need that experience. They need to have no idea what anybody else ran because their time slip it and turned in. So,
exactly.
Definitely have to do that.
Awesome. When I get to the hotel and they post all this, where am I sitting in the average now? Because I don't know where I'm at.
And just even for me, who was at the table receiving the slips, the excitement and getting to talk to the racers, that was like my chance to get to have those conversations. So
Melissa too, that's typically what her and then Tara Fling is our other lady that does that. She same thing. They're like, we don't get to watch racing, we don't get to talk to racers, we just like these are the times we get to talk with them.
Exactly. I get it. I understand that. So
and the Saki bomb there was 4th place.
Wasn't even supposed to be that car, but hey, you did all right.
Yeah.
Hey, 4th out of 18? That's pretty salty.
Yeah, it was awesome. He was fun to watch. He was a right. What do you call that? A right-handed driver. Yeah, right-handed.
Yeah, we got to hear our kids because we have a 11, 8, and 7-year-old. And they're like, he's driving wrong.
He's on the wrong side.
He's on the wrong side.
Something's not wrong with that car.
Yeah.
So as a kid, that's one of the coolest things you can see.
Yep.
Hey, I'm an adult. I think it's cool.
No, I agree. There's a yellow 56 or 7 that goes to Southeast Street, and that the guy bought it in the States, shipped it to Australia when he lived over there. They converted it to right-hand drive, and then he moved back to the States. Went ahead and kept it right-hand drive just for
Heck yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's neat.
Pretty neat stuff.
Yeah. What kind of car was Spencer's?
Oh,
Spencer's posted up.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I can see it, but
Perfect. All right. Well, our next class was the tailgate class. This had 7 vehicles in it. First place was Marcus Macy with a 6.056. Second place, Kevin Christine with a 6.354. And then third place was Heinrich Peters with a 6.597.
Yes. And this class was fun. I love the tailgate class. It was definitely something that I want to see. I think it's going to grow. I just have this feeling that class is going to catch on. It's going to grow, but it was a fun class. These guys were fast and they put on a show for us. So I liked it. I like this class a lot.
Yeah. There's nothing better than a fast pickup.
Absolutely. So, and Marcus Macy really, probably one of my favorite vehicles there. So it was cool.
Sweet.
And looking at his time with a 6:056, was that the second quickest of the event then?
That is a great question. No, I think it was probably
Tommy.
about 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jesse Hazlitt was in front with a 6:04 too. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it was probably about 4th. So yeah, that's quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quick.
And then for the folks listening on the podcast, Spencer Page drives a 3000 GT VR4.
There you go.
Cars out there. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty
Sorry.
awesome.
Couldn't remember. My bad, dude.
Yeah. Hey, that's all right. That's all right. That's not one you see very often.
No.
I don't know if there's been any other 3000 GTs this year. I don't think I remember seeing that name. He may be the quickest 3000 GT in Drag and Drive in 2025.
And he was so upset that first day during tech and all that. He's like, well, this isn't what I wanted,
Well,
and then he had a blast.
He worked really hard. He thrashed because
did.
he had a car that was like a roller. I want to say back in May he posted, and then he worked really, really hard. And the week before he broke, and so it just stopped for him. So
I think he took it to a car show.
I think so
and
too.
then came back,
and
I might be saying this wrong. There were so many of them at the time, but I think he found shavings in the motor, and he was like, "Oh man, I can't take it now." And he's like, "So Plan B, here we come."
Yeah, Plan B.
So glad he took the Plan B because it was fun and it was great.
Because either shavings or is a rear end. I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, he didn't bring down, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, next up, hot rod and gasser class. 4 cars in that one. Galen takes the win in that one. We've heard big stories about how he's involved here, but we'll go over that in a minute. And then Mr. Dan Palmieri, second 27 on that one. So pretty awesome. How do y'all know Galen?
That's my dad.
Galen's one that got involved in everything, all of it, racing, drag and drive, cars, all of it.
That's cool. So he's a great influence on you.
He's a bad influence. You're 100% right.
No, great. He's good influence. He's a good influence. He brought you into a huge community family. He just helped you spend all your money on good stuff. Well, you can't be addicted to drugs or anything.
You want to know
that's
something?
the bad part of it.
You want to know what's so funny is growing up, he preached and preached and preached about Dave Ramsey to me.
Oh yeah.
And then he got us in race cars, and there's not.
He did the whole Dave Ramsey, and then he was like, "Hey, my kids, who cares about them?" But
he said, "Because I did this Dave Ramsey, I've got all this extra money. What do you guys think about race cars?"
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I don't think Dave Ramsey approves. Okay.
Yeah. Hey. Well, Dave Ramsey's boring anyways in the car world. For people that follow him for money stuff, that's fine too. But don't forget, we got to have fun with stuff too. So Dan Palmieri, big deal for him to come down. It's pretty cool to see a name that carries that much weight come down to a new event. So pretty awesome.
Dan's a really, really good friend of ours and has been 100% support from the get-go.
Absolutely.
Between Circle D and just rules, routes, everything in between. He's been one of our soundboards all the way through it. So
for sure.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Knows a ton about all of this stuff, not just from that world, but from doing it as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see him hit some numbers finally. He's been pretty slow, but I'm not here to judge or nothing. But his door stayed shut, and he made some numbers, so we're doing okay.
That's awesome.
He did a little bit too.
Yeah. Next class is the NA small block, which was 2 cars. First place, Jason Schroeder with a 6.591. And then second place, Rich Thorpe with a 7.434.
Yep.
So to see, we talked about Sarah just a minute ago in the 8.0, win an 8.0, and then that's knowing now that same car goes 740s, like that's even cooler on her part.
It really
100%.
is.
100%.
Totally.
It was very, very cool to sit there and watch them flip back and forth once everything happened the first day on Test 10 and compete, make it work, and just, like I said earlier, have a smile on their face the whole time.
Absolutely.
Even though knowing you drove all the way home or all the way here from Colorado.
Yeah.
and still have a smile through the whole event, and knowing that you have to come back to the track and deal with a broken car, that's awesome.
Yeah. Sure. I'm with Andy. I'd love to see Rich Guido down there as well.
Same.
Goes everywhere.
Yeah.
And Dan saying he fixed his door.
Thank goodness.
No more bungees.
And then, so the last class we got here is the NA Big Block. 5 cars in this one. First place was Randy Hinselman with a 6.507. And then second place, Paul Blakely with a 7.19 with a 2.
Yes.
Yes. So actually that one switched up because Randy broke about 15 miles from the track and could not even limp it in.
Oh no.
Yeah, so he was a DNF.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So he was.
So Paul actually won, and then it was Dylan Ogle, and then Zach Smith.
So yeah. So that one, we had that was another lesson learned on 100%. Our part, and but it worked out. It actually worked out just fine. It definitely was a bummer to see Randy break, literally, I think it was 15, 20 miles from the track on the last day. So.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
But hated that.
That is brutal. Well, that leads into this next question I had for you is, what'd you learn? Let's talk about some fun stuff. What'd you learn in this one?
Do you really want to know?
I mean, I think this is fun. I would almost like to do a promoter only line of shows because there's so much that people just don't understand about the backside of this stuff. So yeah, I love these kind of topics here. So
classes.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, the classes, like you said, there's a big jump. There was a big jump between a 5.5 and a 7, and I really thought that I had made we made the classes where everybody could fit in somewhere, and we realized that there was a huge gap there. And I
think we were basing it off of what we thought was going to run a drag and drive in our area, right? Mm-hmm. Where in reality, we tanked that whole thing and we just made everybody work with the classes that we had, and we went on. So, hey, next year, and this is pretty much what we told everybody at the end of it, the end ceremony and all that is, hey, we got it. We learned it. We hear y'all.
We'll do better.
We know what y'all want now, but, just like we said from the get-go, give us grace. This is new. Yeah. We're trying to figure it out. We didn't know where we're at, and now we do, or at least halfway know where we're at, I guess.
Well, and I think you guys probably learned it here too. If somebody's staying away because they don't fit or their car, there's not a class that fits their car perfectly, they need to stay home. This isn't about that stuff yet. In 10 years, it will be about that kind of stuff. Right now, especially for a first year event, it's about having fun. It's about, you guys are learning as much as anybody else is, probably more than what a racer is. So pretty awesome.
Especially in the area.
And honestly, if that was one of our biggest issues, I think we, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's something that we could work with.
And we had a really great group of racers that came in and just was like, man, I really wish you would have done this, but I'm going to hit this one, and laughed about it and walked off. And, maybe at the time when we were talking to everybody, they didn't think they were really listening, but we heard everything that everybody said, and we'll come back bigger and better.
Yeah, and we have some great ideas for classes next year that's going to definitely fit in. Yeah. And I think that's going to, that we can only get better.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And outside of classes, how surprised were you at the just how welcoming people were? It truly is everybody is just they're truly. I mean, it's really probably one of the car guy vacations is probably the best way you can word it. But guys typically get very competitive at drag races, heads up drag races. These are a little more laid back, so that's pretty awesome. Jesse Hazlitt saying there, I've never ran a 5 in my life and signed up for 550. I love it, dude.
Hey.
That's awesome.
Jesse, well, we got a class for you next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll tell some of the changes that are coming. So, let's back up. Let's actually talk about. Let me see if I got a picture for next year's. deal. I don't think I do. Crap. I was going to put it up on the screen. Nope, I don't. So tell us what the plans are for 2026.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same tracks, but we're going to reverse it.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be October 21st through the 24th. We're going to start on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday, and we're going to go Wednesday through Saturday this year.
Nice.
Yeah, so a lesson we learned in all of this was
going back to the whole who won the class, who did this. You know, come Sunday, everybody's ready to go home. Everybody's already taking off. They're trying to get back home to go to work on Monday. So, you know, we learned it.
So we learned that, and we did a bracket race at the end, and it just seemed like everybody was just ready to go. So everybody just kind of left, you know, and so we were like, you know, let's make Saturday a fun day. Yeah. Like everybody gets in from their last drive. We'll do, I think we might add an extra day of racing.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Are we going to throw a 4-day average into it instead of bracket?
Oh, no. That's what
Let's go. We got to have that for the world champion points.
Are we going to get into this?
I think we should. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So
we'll bring it on. Let's do it.
We're talking about it. That's one thing that we're talking about is adding a 4th day average so we could get in on some points racing. And, you know, we're going to make Saturday really fun. We're going to make it an award ceremony and just have a, you know, kind of a blowout of a time, like a really fun party at the end. Yeah. And then everybody can go home Sunday. Like, let's make this a fun
let's stay around, let's hang out, you know, let's not go home so early. You know, I get it was a Sunday, you know, that was on us, but hang out, fellowship, and have a good time.
And then another thing that we're going to do this year is I was very, very pleased that we sold out of our 100 spots. First year, I wanted to keep it small, wanted to make sure it was manageable, something that we could do. We sold out of our 100 spots, but due to the nature of having so many new people in this area doing it, and they were a lot of first builds. A lot of people didn't make it. They broke, weren't ready, something come up, things like that. And so we only had 77 that ended up starting.
That's a pretty good number, just so you know.
It's great.
Good number.
I'm still proud of it.
In percentage of 100 to 77, that's a pretty good number.
Yes.
Everything we see on the backside,
Yeah, and I'm very, very proud of that. But I definitely think that we can push that envelope a little bit, and we're going to increase that car count. We haven't set a number, but I would really like to have 150. I think that's still small, intimate, fun. People still get a lot of passes.
At a minimum,
Yeah, they still will get good amount of passes, and yeah, we'll see, but that's
150 is a great number. That's been our last 2 years at the circuit, and like it's just what you're saying. It's not too big, it's not crazy, it's not it's very manageable. And when you go to eat at a restaurant, you take over an entire town, a small town, and everybody does fine.
Yeah, and that's why I think I want to see that those numbers grow. So that's going to be another change coming up. So
which was fun.
One thing that was really cool is that on the first drive day, we drove everybody through our hometown, like where we live today. Right?
Yeah.
Well, me and Portia are driving, and my phone's blowing up, and I'm trying to look at it and still do what I need to do. And they're like, "Hey, man, I see all the cool cars. This is really awesome." Then all of a sudden, it's like ding, 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 ding. And I was like, "Hey, that's cool.
That is neat.
Yeah, that's cool." We brought something to the hometown that everybody kind of knew we were doing it, but really didn't know. And yet, then all these cars started pulling through, and they're like, "What the heck is going on right now?"
Yeah, well, because like people can see 20 and be like, "Oh yeah, okay, that was just a group." But when they see like 77 cars cruise through town, they're like, "Okay, something is happening."
We pulled into the local convenience store. Like our town is very small. We have one convenience store and a Dollar General. That's it. Like, that's all we got. Yeah. And so I pulled up to the convenience store and I got out and I go grab a Monster and I'm doing my thing. They're like, "I don't know what's going on, but there's a bunch of hot rods running through here making a bunch of noise." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, right?"
You're like, "Hey, do you guys need to bring in more fuel? Be ready for us."
Yeah.
Yep. Andy getting a good comment here that's good for everybody that's going to listen to this later too. Let's get the San Angelo Chamber of Commerce involved. That's a great thing we've done with the circuit. We did a block party this year with the town of Galena, Kansas, which is on Route 66. And man, they basically gave us all of downtown. So it's really cool when you start talking about block parties, racer parties, which we're going to talk about. You guys hosted a racer party. We'll talk about that in a minute. Like when you start getting the towns involved, then they like somehow have a way to tell everybody stuff. I don't know, but we had a lot of local people come out, and it had torrentially downpoured on us as well. Just like we drove in the rain from Tulsa to Galena. As soon as we pull into Galena, it stops raining. So after that, it was great. We still had a lot of people come out, but it would have been awesome for it to be beautiful and have everybody in downtown on the streets. So
that would be really cool.
Get your local chamber of commerce involved for sure.
Yeah, that rain will throw a hiccup and everything. That's kind of what we told everybody. Like, I promise, drive days are way more fun without the rain. Like,
yeah. I don't know. We had Mega Week. There was some torrential rain.
That was miserable. I was on radios and we were going down the interstate. 18-wheelers were pushing me off the road, and I was like, I hate this. I'm never doing one of these again in my life.
Yeah. We were the idiots in the cart. So we were. So
that's right.
I brought that. Yeah. Had the cardboard up as doors and
ponchos.
Okay, ours wasn't as bad.
I don't know. I would have been a little scared on some radios. Those semis did not care. They were like,
they didn't
at all.
Yeah.
So fun. So fun.
Well, so we talked about 150 cars. We talked about some class changes, but we didn't really get into that. Like, are you willing to release some of that stuff? Like what the class changes may be?
Yeah. So one big thing that we noticed in our area is diesel guys. Them dang diesel guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked to a few of them that showed up that do a lot of promoting of diesel races and all that. And we're like, hey, if you get us a car count, we'll make a diesel class. 100% for y'all. We'll run it.
The way we typically handle classes that are kind of not my normal is if we get a sponsor, hey, cool, you pay the sponsor fee, we're going to get you a class. You know what I mean? Whatever rules you want to make, as long as they make sense, we're in, buddy. So if people want to sponsor this great group of folks here with Wild West Dragon Dash, get on it. Send them, tell them what you want. Anyways, so diesel class, that would be cool.
Yes, stick shift class. A lot of people requested a stick shift class.
Oh, that Dan Palmieri.
I know, Dan.
He's leading the charge.
Yeah, absolutely.
That converter guy really wants that stick shift class.
They did. We had a lot of people with the stick shift class, and so I'd like to see that. Obviously, we're going to do something in the sixes. I don't know what yet. I don't know if we're going to do 6 or 650. I'm not sure.
650 was huge for us. Like 16 cars, huge.
Feel like that's a good one. I do feel like 650.
6 range was a lot of the stuff that we heard of. Man, like, y'all couldn't have done this, and we're like, well, we really didn't think we were gonna have that. That's what we did run with the Brown for, like, or X, Y, and Z. So
so we did I let Red Hat Scotty and Keaton and David Maxon talk me into a floating index for the 650. But again, hey, they paid the sponsor fee. I'm in whatever we want to do. So we actually people were able to, we do stuff for charity here. So you donated extra money if you wanted to put a different number in the hat, right? So if there were 16 people in there, so there were 16 chips. And if you donated money, you got to write on your chip, but every other chip had 650 index, right? So we ended up drawing 678 or something like that. So that may be something you look at, like a small floating index, and they chase that all weekend. So pretty cool.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, Jesse has it. Man, that dude, if he knows probably to the 10,000s what that car's going to run.
I don't remember how many he ran now, but I think he was on number 195 or something this year.
It was something like that. I think he did 5 Dragon Drive events this year. He's a beast.
Yeah, he is crazy.
So.
Yep. Definitely would highly recommend 650. And then what about people that cruise with you? We're seeing a lot of Sick Ward, Road Week, stuff like that. You guys going to have a class similar to that, you think?
We did.
Right.
We did try. We did the outlaw class. We did the Wild West outlaw class, and that didn't pick up as much as I wanted. But I think that's something that we have room to.
And we're just we'll keep it, and definitely. I think
to improve.
After this year, I think there's a lot of talk about it in the area, things like that. So I think we'll have more people show up and just want to follow along. That might not be just true racers, right? But they like cars, they like X, Y, and Z. So let me show up and just go cruise with a bunch of hot rods and have fun with it.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think it's another great way for the community to grow because it gives an opportunity for spouses or friends that don't have a car that would be competitive in really anything but DYO and go from there. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
All right, what haven't we talked about as far as the event goes without getting into stories and stuff? Because that's what we're going to talk about next.
Oh man. Man,
we have registration on February the.
Yeah. Oh.
Cannot remember February something, so be ready February.
I think it's February 28th. I think it's a Saturday. But.
So.
Yeah, so we're excited.
Registration will come up and hit it, and of course, if you finish this year, you get the veteran status or however you want to say it, OG status.
Yeah. I think that's a great way to build a community. Listen, Matt Froth, props to that dude for doing that. Man, I've loved that ever since we use it at the circuit. It's really awesome to see. Because then you just build this continuous community, and if 70% of your people come back, it makes it so much easier because then the people that have that banner or sticker on that front windshield, those newbies know to ask those guys questions because they've done it before. Yep. And then after 3 or 4 years, you have this mix of 100 people that have done the event before, and you've only got 40 or 50 newbies to the event. And then within those, you've only got 15 or 20 that are completely new into the community.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. I agree.
I love it.
Yeah. And I think it builds the family. From the ground up. So I'm excited to see, people return, come back, bring a friend. Just keeps growing. So
Right, bring it on. All right, well, let's move to I do want to show some of the pictures that I grabbed from your page. So thought this was super cool with the skull and horns on it. Painted up Wild West Dragon Dash. It looks amazing. I love that you did the windshield banner, all that kind of cool stuff. That's a great shot. And then this is a screenshot of the shots from Jesse Fox's Pixie set for 3G video. I can't recommend enough for folks to go over to Jesse Fox's stuff. These photos are available in a high-res digital. You can purchase them right there. So go over. Help this dude out. This guy traveled 40-something thousand miles this year, lived on the road in Benny the Volvo for 7 months.
Yes.
Dude is an animal. I love him. He's one of my best friends. He's so cool. And it's just awesome to see him run that thing across the country. So go support him. This is a shot of, I'm guessing, registration and driver's meeting. Bunch of folks there. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the man, Adam Dory, in there doing his Adam Dory thing, announcing. I love the notepad there. That's probably something he keeps in his briefcase, I'm guessing. I don't know. There's other cool stuff in the briefcase he won't tell us about, but yeah, pretty awesome there. Let's see what else. Oh, and whose Suburban is this?
Oh, that's my dad's. Yeah, that's
that one and the C10 next to it.
Yeah, both of
Your
those.
dad has some class. That's a that's a classy rig there. I'm a big fan of it. Again, thanks to Deechworks for all the stuff they do for us here at the Drag Driver Pete brand. If you guys are trying to shop and do some stuff, Deechworks they're in there 20% off right now for some Black Friday deals. So go over, hit them, deechworks.com. And if it's not on sale, use code DDR10 for 10% off the entire order. And Performer Built Transmission too. I was really hoping we were going to get Ryan to come to the PRI show this year, but sadly he is not. Mr. Eric, I'll let you read this one here.
All right. Performer Built is the official transmission builder of Drag Drive Repeat. At Performer Built Transmissions, the goal is to engineer and build the toughest transmissions on the planet. Performer Built doesn't just rebuild transmissions, they systematically re-engineer each model to eliminate OEM flaws and to achieve the highest levels of performance. That is why they say their transmissions are not just built, they are perform-built. All right, so as we move into this section, let's kind of reintroduce yourselves and a little bit about what we talked about in the Deechworks, kind of what the event is, and then we'll kind of go into some stories.
Awesome.
Look you.
So go ahead and reintroduce your guys' self again.
I'm Portia Dinsman, and this is my husband, Ethan Dinsman. And we put on the Wild West Dragon Dash. So, yeah.
Awesome.
West Texas.
Yeah. West Texas, New Mexico area. So, yeah.
First event for you guys, so and everything went well, so that's awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Sure.
It was good.
Yeah, in the last segment, we talked about all the winners of the classes, so folks can go back and watch all that stuff. This segment here, it's going to be about fun stuff. So you hinted at it when we talked about the first winner of the Run What You Brung stuff. But one picture I did see, I want to talk about this first. I want to talk about this pre-party. Tell us what went on Test and Tune Wild West pre-party. What's up?
We did the night before the track opened up for us and had a great turnout for a Wednesday night, and anybody was invited. It didn't even just have to be Wild West. It was open to the public. So a lot of fast cars came out and tested because there was other big races in our area. So that was awesome to get to see a little bit of both. And we just had a really good test and tune. Then afterwards we had some
practice tree races.
Yeah, practice tree races, and we just kind of got to meet our foes. Like we got to enjoy without working the first day, and that was really cool. We got to like talk to everybody and just,
get to show our faces. Really just sit back and talk to everybody and just show them like kind of who we are, like what we're about. Like we're just here. Let's do this.
I love a pre-party for the promoters because it does give you a chance to. That may be the only chance you get to talk to some of those racers, because sometimes those guys come up, give their time slip, and they walk away, or you're real busy and they don't spend time around the table. So super cool to do that. I love that you did it at the track. We for the circuit, we hosted, I think, noon to 4 as a early tech, and then did a pre-party there. So people would come to the track to drop their stuff off. I like that you did this. We may look at that and just have the track catered or something like that and have food brought in.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Who won the practice tree race that night, though? That's the real question.
Oh, man.
I think Terrence did.
I think one of
the track owners won it.
Yes. But he also went with us. He went with us with the Dragon Drive, and he helped me do all the data input.
Oh, cool.
It was really cool. Yeah. So
I'm almost certain he won it, and it was rigged, and it wasn't fair.
So how did you set that up? Is it? I guess you probably had a practice tree there and buttons and all that stuff.
Yeah. They have a full tree and simulator there that's sitting underneath the tower, and it's just something that is big for Concho Valley to do after every race. They always have a practice tree race, and it's just ends up being a fun time. So we were sitting there thinking, like, what do we need to do? What would be the best thing to do? As a pre-party. Of course, we wanted to open the track to do a test and tune, just to help the track out, have that payment coming into the track as well. And then we talked to them. They're like, oh, well, let's do a practice tree race too. And we're like, well, heck yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. I mean, that's awesome. Get us into some of the story you were hinting at with, I think it was the Run What You Brung, the Ryan Minyard. Was that one of the stories?
The 7-0 class. And I'll let
7-0,
yeah.
So 7-0 class, we had Kel Parson in there. He was in a little square body Chevy. He's one of our sponsors. Him and his family were one of our sponsors. Let me say that. And with Abilene Power Coating. And the first day they left, and they made it right past the first checkpoint, I want to say, and blew a seal out and sat on the side of the road for like 4 hours. And they had one of the outlaw guys, the Wild West outlaw guys, which just what do you call them?
They follow along.
Road Waker style,
Yeah.
He was with them. His vehicle ended up not being ready, X, Y, and Z. So he drove, I think, to 4 different towns around the area to get everything he needed for him to limp it into Hobbs. So
he worked super hard.
There was a group of 4 of them. Yeah. I think 3 or 4 cars, and they all just sat there and kind of had their own little party on the side of the road. And luckily it wasn't raining on them for the most part. I think they hit a little bit of rain while it was going on, but it wasn't the heavy downpour. So they got to just kind of hang out by the truck and work on it and do their things. They had a picture that they posted, I believe, had their Abilene powder coating tent set up, and they're just out there just having a hoorah of a time. So that was cool.
Yeah, this is their first drag and drive event, and the night before, their brother Chase had to change out a converter in his truck the night before.
Driving in for the test and tune. Yeah, they had to change that out. The stall was wrong or something was wrong in it, and truck wasn't running good with the trailer on the back end, X, Y, and Z. And so as soon as they got to the track, they instantly just lifted the truck up and started working on it. And
let me tell you, these guys had a smile. It was
the first day because Chase made passes.
That's it.
Yeah, it was the first competitive day because Chase made a few passes, made sure they were done. His brother made sure he was done, and then they went back to the pits and just jacked the truck up, and here they went.
Oh my gosh.
That whole family had the best time ever. Yes. But they got to experience almost everything right off the rip.
Yeah. Right.
And let me tell you, the smiles on their faces, the whole time, just the whole time. It could have been a situation where they were fixing to have to, not be able to finish. And they were just like, it's the best.
They're like, hey, this is the best time I think we've ever had. This is fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was fun. Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah. How cool. How about some favorite cars?
Oh,
you guys talked about this before we started the show, but you were like, we can't pick any because it's so hard as promoters to get around and see everything. But there had to be some people driving by you, right?
Yeah. So there was a lot of cars that we liked that by appearance only. We don't know anything about under the hood because we just didn't have the chance to go, spend as much time as we wanted to see all these cars. But there was some that just really, one of my personal favorites was Wade and Stephanie Graham. It's actually Stephanie's car. The husband drove it. It was the 1962. It was a white Nova. You can see that on our
one
of our posts that we just posted for the dates of next year's wall.
That's the back of the car. You have good taste, lady.
Well, thank you. But that white Nova.
Might be some Nova people.
Yeah, we like Novas a little bit. So. Yeah. And then did you have a favorite? What was your favorite?
The C10 truck from Wyoming.
Oh, yeah.
They had an old farm truck, still had the top cab lights, all of it. And I believe it was twin turboed. I'm almost certain. Anyway, first drag and drive. They drove in from Wyoming to compete in the Wild West, which is amazing to me for a first drag and driver to drive all the way to Texas to do this. But
we got to talk to them.
Because their truck was terrific.
It was beautiful. And he was, how old was he? Was he 17? 16?
He was younger.
16 or 17-year-old kid.
They're dirt bikers.
They did motocross for years and years as a family, and they just got out of motocross, and so they wanted to find something new, and this is what they found.
They built it just for this.
Beautiful. And they were in the tailgate class.
How cool!
Yeah, it was a 6'3" truck.
Yeah, 6'3".
Oh wow, that's quick. And to bring that all the way from Wyoming is super cool. The Wyoming man puts out like Tyler Jensen and the whole Jensen family comes down from there for Rocky Mountain and then the circuit. Dude, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, they drove all the way in. They were the first people at the track. They beat me to the track. I showed up to the track with the trailer and all that, and I was thinking nobody's going to be there because I was there early, right? And I see a vehicle or a truck and a trailer with a truck on it, and I was like, man, somebody's already here. Got out, started talking to him, like, yeah, we just drove in from Wyoming. Like, it was nothing. I was like, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, 1,400 miles or something crazy, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I liked Stuart Baumgarten. I think I'm butchering that last name, but he had a 1955 Bel Air, and I don't know. It was just a cool.
Yeah. It was two brothers.
Yeah.
They were running it together, and they were a hoot. Gosh, dog. I got to go through the pit at one point, and they were funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was a cool one too. And then Marcus
Macy's, you just showed his. He had the trophy of the skull on the front end of it.
Beautiful truck, 60 truck.
What is it, 40 something truck?
46, 1946 GMC. And then Jared Winker's, obviously that Nova. There's tons of pictures of it's like a burnt orange color.
Yeah. That Nova 66.
Where did he go to get that from?
North Carolina, I think.
North Carolina, just to do this event.
Oh.
So that was cool and hooked. He is hooked on it now.
Cool.
So.
And like I said from Adam's podcast, my ultimate favorite will always be the 68 Camaro with flames on the side.
With the flames.
Yes.
Galen
That's awesome. I mean, you have special ties to that car. I've been around that car for a few minutes.
For sure. So.
Yeah, the driver might not be able to kick it very well, but hey, whatever. He won his class.
Awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool cars, but.
Well, let's talk about some of the route stops. There was a comment earlier here from Tim. Oh,
sorry.
Y'all had some beautiful views and stops on the route. So kind of want to tell us what the route stops were. And then if there's any good stories of, route stop burnouts, breakdowns, food, wild cop stories, anything like that.
So let me first start out by saying that this, our area it's very Wild West, very deserty.
Flat.
It's flat. There's a lot of oil.
Pump jacks are very cool around here.
Yeah. So let me tell you, it's hard. It was hard to build routes some places.
Yeah.
So that had views, that had stops, but we did our best. And
I think our first route leaving Concho Valley was probably in my opinion, the best route out of all of them. We got to see a little bit of hills.
Totally agree with that. Totally agree. Pretty route.
It wasn't just 100% the desert, oil field traffic, pump jacks, X, Y, and Z, right? So definitely got to see some scenery there.
We stopped at Cooper's Barbecue. They have have massive concerts there, and it's a barbecue place, well-known barbecue place. And they have tailgates on their fence, like a lot of tailgates. So that was one of our checkpoints. We stopped at Alley Oops, the dinosaur. It's like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, where's it? RN?
Yes, it's an RN, and then
which was quite funny because they have a massive dinosaur, like a long neck dinosaur. Okay? Concrete.
Yeah.
And there's stairs that go on it, right? The amount of pictures I saw of a whole bunch of drag racers all lined up, sitting on the tail of a dinosaur, giggling like little bitty kids was amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, like think of, there's no reason for anybody to ever go to that dinosaur, right? Like in a normal situation, you're not going to tell your family, hey, let's go down to West Texas to do this. There's this dinosaur down there. And they wouldn't even know if it wasn't for drag and drive. And then think of all the people that are driving by that are like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then they see like cool cars in the parking lot and grown-ass men like on the back of this dinosaur tail just hanging out taking pictures. Yeah.
So, we brought up the diesel guys earlier, right?
Yeah.
Every one of the diesel guys were big old burly, long beard, just big old, look like a whole bunch of mud doggers, if you will, right? They have a picture of every one of them lined up, laying on this tail, cheesing from ear to ear. It is hilarious.
Funny. So it was good. Those are fun things. So
maybe.
Hold, please.
So in that area,
hang on, back up just a second. You froze up.
Okay, so the route from when we left Pinwell to Hobbs, it was a rough route. No matter which way we went, it was extremely hard. It's a lot of oil field traffic. And when I say oil field traffic, I'm talking like road construction, talking about massive 18-wheelers, lines that are 45 minutes long to turn at a stop sign, just
all back roads.
Very dangerous, have massive wrecks daily. I mean, it is a normal occurrence in this
area. The first route we had was 254 miles.
Yes.
And me and Portia, we left the track in San Angelo on a Friday, hauled butt, went back up there, started at first checkpoint, and took off. We didn't get back to San Angelo until 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning because we truly just sat in traffic. And about midway through, I looked at Portia looked at me, and we're like, there's no way we're putting anybody on these roads.
Like, this is too dangerous. And so we backtracked and decided, as much as I wanted to do mileage and get as much mileage as we could, the safety, you kind of had to weigh everybody's safety. And so we decided just to do a straight shot. It was a highway, so it wasn't an interstate, thankfully. We did take the highway pretty much straight there. It was a lot better. The traffic wasn't as bad because it was a Saturday morning, so that was just a complete blessing. The potholes were there in New Mexico. I told everybody.
Yeah. Okay. We had to do a little driver's meeting, like, hey, just so y'all know, you can hit Jow and your car's going to be bouncing everywhere.
Yes,
you have a flat tire.
I'm so sorry, but there's no other way to get you through. And so that it ended up being okay. Everybody was understanding. They knew, the situation to get from one track to the next. This is what we were going to have to deal with. And so thankfully it worked out fine. And we got a cool checkpoint out of it. And there was some like massive metal art of cowboys that like kind of outlined the horizon outside of Jow.
Hilltop, and it just overlooked. And all you saw was the cutouts, the metal cutouts, and then behind it was all just sky. It was a neat little thing.
Yeah, and it was kind of on. You got to take this little side road to get to it, and so
the burnouts happened.
Yeah, the burnouts happened, and Ethan and I were really thankful because we tried to get to the track before everybody else did, and this day we just kind of got to enjoy with everybody else because it's such a short route. So we kind of got to stop, and we got to see all the burnouts, and it was just
the road was black.
Cool. It was fun.
You were helping. You were resealing the road. You're doing your part.
Yeah. And then the next day, we from Hobbs back to San Angelo, we stopped at another sponsor, which was Circle D Hot Rods.
Yes.
Or Circle H Hot Rods. I'm sorry.
That's right.
And he sells old hot rods and just old classic cars and all that. He had them all set out underneath awnings and everything like that. And so everybody got to stop in and, just look at a whole bunch of truly mint hot rods and get to see all that. And then that was also on the access road off the interstate, right? Was on the other side of that. So whenever everybody was leaving there, they were shutting down interstate with all the burnout smoke coming off of it. And Gene Hector, which is the guy that owns it all, he was just sitting in the back end just laughing like, this is awesome. This is awesome. So
it was cool. It was really neat.
Luckily, we had, not that I know of, nobody said anything, but if they did, we don't know of anybody running in with any cops at all.
No.
Wow.
So,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So that part worked out, because we were worried.
All right. Well, I want to ask about this shot right here. Who's tearing stuff up here in the parking lot?
That'd be me.
That would be us.
I'd be at Rocky Mountain last year?
2024.
2 years ago.
Yeah. That, and let me tell you, that was a story. We got done. That was in Ennis, Texas.
Yep.
We got done with a race. We all thought we were going to bed. And
we were going to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning.
We were leaving at 4 o'clock because we had a really long drive day back to somewhere in Oklahoma.
Yep.
And it was hot that year. It was like
brutally hot.
Yes.
Yep.
And so we were all fixing to go to bed, and Ethan happens to say, "Hey, we got a leak."
Yeah, my room main was leaking.
Yeah.
Like bad. And so next thing we knew, we had it jacked up and we're looking at it. And then somebody was don't remember who it was. Somebody said, "Hey, they have 24-hour AutoZone or AutoZones here." Like, what? So we found it. We called them. They had the part. So I asked another guy that was doing road week for Rocky Mountain, and he was like, "Yeah, let's go." So we start driving. We're going through downtown Dallas. We're going through Dallas, doing all this. Well, then we get to a really sketchy part of town, and you can just tell it's sketchy. Well, then we get to even more where the houses or the all the buildings have bars on them. Well, then the houses have bars on them and fences around them, and I'm like, dude, we're in the wrong part of town right now. Then all of a sudden we get even worse. I mean, everything, like, it has bars on it, like cars, everything. And we pull up to this AutoZone, and we get out, we jump out, we're running in real quick, trying to get in and out as quick as we can. And they have cops and everybody in there. And I was just like, oh, dude, this is not the place we need to be right now. So, and then we got back, we finished at 3:45 in the morning. And I was like, all right, we going? And everybody's like, yeah, I guess we can go. And Port's like, no, we're going to bed.
Everybody's going to get a little bit of sleep.
What are you talking about? You leave at 6 a.m. and get stuck in traffic?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, 23 was crazy. I can't remember if we went to Tulsa or Thunder Valley that year. I know it always alternates between, but
I think this was 2024 that we did that career main. Yeah. And it was just hot.
I know when we were pulling into Dallas, Fort Worth, or Dallas area, about to turn off on the exit to go to Yellowstone or Yellow Belly, we were stuck in traffic, and we had a car. Like, traffic was going nonstop past us. Right, we were in the turn lane. We had a car legitimately pull up on the nonstop traffic, slam on its brakes right beside us, and like, what's going on? What's all these hot rods out here for? And I'm like, dude, you gotta go. Get out of the way. And
don't back traffic up anymore.
Legitimately, probably 2-minute conversation
on the interstate in Dallas.
My anxiety was all over me, and I was freaking out. I was like, dude, you're about to total every one of these cars in this next lane next to you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. People are idiots. That's for sure. They do not care at all. Well, hey, we're winding close to time here. Give us kind of run down your sponsor shout out. And for the folks that are watching this, please go support these sponsors if they've got stuff. At least shop over there. Tell them you heard it here, Wild West Dragon Dash.
Well, our title sponsor was Circle D Specialties, and obviously Dan Palmieri, the man. So, yes, thanks to Circle D's. Our presenting sponsor was Circle H Auto Sales, and that's the one that we did the checkpoint with. We had Timber Fabrications Inc. It's an oil field fabrication and repair service out of Midland, Odessa. Angelo Racing Supply, all racing supplies in San Angelo, Texas. Metal Solutions Inc. Tyler Bradley actually did the drag and drive with us. He's a diesel guy himself, and so does metal buildings, anything you need in that area. S&S Fishing and Rental Inc. That's an oil and gas industry as well. It's downhole service equipment and tools. Knowlton Fabrication, that's Galen Knowlton. He does any type of hot rod fabrication that you need. You can call on him. Abilene Powder Coating, both brothers did the drag and drive with us, and they do an amazing job at powder coating in Abilene. Texline Energy Services, also oil and gas industries. Irwin Plumbing, they are out of Abilene. He was going to do the drag and drive, but ended up doing the Outlaw and just followed along because his truck broke the week before. So, dang it. Low Water Customs, they're out of Kansas, and they do all sorts of fabrication work. C2 Energy, also Caprock Energy. It's any type of construction, pipeline maintenance, oil field maintenance. They're your go-to. Concho Valley Dragway, that's the Winker family, big sponsors, huge part of our drag and drive from the beginning to the end. Insane Performance, they did our tech, they did the IHRA tech, they're out of Midland, Texas. Racers for Christ, David Rubush, he followed along, went with us, and he was a wonderful service to have.
Our prayers every day.
Yes, and I'm very thankful for him. We had kind of, a hard time with having a death, and man, he was there for everybody and just a comfort comfort on a hard day.
Yeah, he better be there next year.
Yeah, I hope to see him and his wife, because they were a big blessing. Lone Star Beef, they are the ones that actually donated all of our trophies, and thankfully the EMT at Concho Valley, his name is Blake Taylor, he runs the Lone Star Beef, and he was able to get those for us, and that was awesome. So and another sponsor was Ben Gregory. He has Ben's Performance Transmissions, and he also did a checkpoint outside of Monaghan. Yep. So yeah, we had awesome sponsors, and we can't thank them enough. Just truly,
I mean, they're the ones that made it happen, right? I mean, we were just back here doing our thing, and they're the ones that truly made it flow off. And
I mean, they had faith in us, and being a first time event, that's kind of scary. You don't really know what you're getting yourself into and putting your name behind. And they had faith in us, and they, we appreciate them big. So
that's pretty awesome. Well, congratulations to you. That it sounds like an amazing event. We talked about you guys doing another one October 24th through 21st through 24th in 2026. Same tracks, just going to reverse them around. Are you guys going to compete in another event, or is it like, now that you're running one, is it going to be too hard to get to 2 a year? Like,
we might do 3 a year.
We're on an event like at the late April, early May.
Somewhere around that area that we're going to.
Interesting.
And then
a little north of you?
It is north.
I don't know if you know that guy, but then we'll do Rocky Mountain 1.0 again.
Oh yeah, we're always support Rocky Mountain.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm so glad Rocky Mountain's going back to the mountains. Like, it's
thank you.
100%.
Same. Yeah, we are too. So we're excited about that. But Ethan and I've actually been talking about adding another drag and drive into the mix this year for us to do. And I think we're coming to Oklahoma, I hear. So
hey, if you're talking about my event, which I hope you are,
we are.
We're gonna have a blast. Look, don't worry about registration. We'll get you guys hooked up, and we'll take care. Make sure you got a spot and all that kind of stuff. And we're gonna have a blast. Yeah, yes, we'll come down there. It'll be. I need to add that. Hope my wife still isn't watching. I'll add yours to my list, and we'll all do that.
Let's do it.
There. For the folks that are watching and listening, guys, Wild West Dragon Dash, I think your location and timing is perfect. I think people that have done drag and drives for a while are looking for an opportunity for new stuff, new tracks, new scenery. I mean, just like Adam said in the podcast with you guys, that you guys can listen to on That's Cool Drink. He said it gave him new tracks to check off. Like, that's really become a great opportunity for drag and drive. It gives you a reason to find those dinosaur tails to sit on and make fun, joke around with all your friends and things like that. So listen, get Wild West Dragon Dash on your list for 2026. So I can't wait, guys. I need you to do me a favor though. Stay backstage. I'd like to talk for just a minute. We've got to wrap up the show, but I'd like to talk to you guys for just a minute before we get out of here.
Sounds good.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys so much again. Yep. Wild West Dragon Dash. Appreciate y'all so much.
See y'all.
All right, dude. What a good show. I really thought we were going to be struggling for time there. We got through with our stuff a little early, and then it gave them more time to talk, which is so great because, man, it sounds like an awesome event, dude.
It really does.
Yeah. May need to add that one to the list.
It's late enough in the year that I think that helps with a lot of things too.
Yeah, I mean, and like we said, if they're going to run for the Drag and Drive World Champion stuff in 2026, extending a day will help. There'll be a lot of people looking for those extra points once you get past Drag Week, because right now there's only been one event past Drag Week, so having two would be great. I know there's talk of another 4-day event to come in between Sick Week and Rocky Mountain Race Week 1.0. which would help as well. So, the Drag and Drive World Champion Point Series continues to grow. And just to update everybody, Laura said earlier that she would have that to us hopefully this week. And then we'll go over all of those standings and stuff next week. We probably won't get into all the winners and things like that, but we'll do that. Andy says he'd treat us to dinner, dude. I mean, that we got to go.
Yes.
Got to go now. I got to get dinner from Andy. So, guys, thank you so much again. Thanks to Performer Built for all they do for us here at the Drag Driver Pete Show. But I'll tell you, Ryan's I've been I've got this idea in my head on building another car. And so we've been talking about 4L60s, 4L80s, and things like that. And so he's been awesome to talk to and kind of pick his brain. Currently holds the 4L60 quarter mile record in the sevens. So, if that dude can build a 4L60 to run sevens, anything I have will be a benefit to him having his hands in the transmission. So lead us out, dude.
All right. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate our guests, Wild West Dragon Dash. It was great hearing about that event. And again, sounds like everything went great. Appreciate all of you guys, our race car friends. Everything that you guys do keeps us going, posting pictures, all of your comments, all the videos that Mike's doing, everything that you guys do is the reason why we get to do what we do. So appreciate all of you guys. And again, our sponsors, like I said earlier, we've got affiliate links, we've got discount codes, we've got contacts. So this holiday season, if you're looking for any kind of parts with any of these companies, reach out to us, let us help you. Thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performaville Transmission, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Yep. And next week, episode 131, we've got Rye Klemp, who will be on, the announcer from the Southeast Street Meet. He'll be talking about Southeast Street Meet and all the fun stuff they have. He said him and I were talking today about the standings and stuff. And he said, man, you need a guest, do you? He said one that would that watched every single pass go down the track. I was like, dude, yes, we do. Bring it on. So we're going to have him on next week. I'm excited. So, all right, guys, we'll see you.
See ya.